Long ago, in the serene land of Anantha, a dense forest filled with divine energy, lived a pious sage named Padmanabhaswamy. He was a devoted follower of Lord Vishnu and spent his days in deep meditation and prayer, seeking the Lord's divine grace. One day, while performing his morning rituals, a mischievous child approached the sage and began disturbing his meditation. Annoyed, the sage scolded the child and asked him to leave. But as the child disappeared, a wave of realization struck the sage. He had unknowingly reprimanded none other than Lord Vishnu himself, who had appeared in disguise to test his patience. Filled with remorse, the sage prayed earnestly for forgiveness. Moved by his devotion, Lord Vishnu appeared in a divine vision and instructed the sage to follow a celestial glow that would lead him to his eternal abode. Following the divine guidance, the sage wandered through the dense forest of Anantha. After days of penance and searching, he finally reached a serene spot where he witnessed an awe-inspiring sight: Lord Vishnu reclining on the serpent Adishesha, in a majestic Anantha Shayana posture. The Lord's form was beyond description. His radiant face, lotus-like eyes, and celestial glow illuminated the entire forest. Overwhelmed by this divine darshan, the sage prayed to Lord Vishnu, who instructed him to build a temple at that very spot to house his sacred form. The sage, with the help of local rulers and artisans, constructed a magnificent temple dedicated to Lord Padmanabha. The sanctum housed a grand idol of Lord Vishnu, reclining on Adishesha. As the fame of the temple spread, kings, dynasties, and devotees from far and wide began offering gold, jewels, and precious artifacts as tributes to the deity. Over time, these offerings accumulated, turning the temple into a repository of immense wealth. The temple's wealth grew over the centuries through royal contributions. Rulers from the Chera, Chola, and Pandya dynasties donated large quantities of gold and precious jewels to the temple. International trade. Kerala's thriving maritime trade attracted merchants from Rome, Greece, and Arabia, who made offerings to Lord Padmanabha for safe voyages. Devotees' offerings. Generations of devotees donated wealth to seek divine blessings, ensuring the temple's treasury overflowed with riches. The temple authorities safeguarded this wealth by storing it in 6 secret vaults beneath the temple complex, later referred to as Vaults A to F. By the 18th century, the kingdom of Travancore was facing internal rebellions and threats from external invasions. King Marthandavarma, a devout follower of Lord Padmanabha, sought divine intervention to protect his kingdom. In 1750 CE, King Marthandavarma performed the sacred ritual of Tripadidanam, an act of absolute surrender, where he dedicated the entire kingdom of Travancore to Lord Padmanabha. Declared Lord Padmanabha as the eternal ruler of the land. Placed his royal sword and crown at the feet of the deity, symbolizing his surrender. From that moment on, the Travancore royal family became the Dasas, servants of Lord Padmanabha, serving as custodians of his divine wealth and kingdom. As the temple's wealth increased, it was carefully stored in 6 underground vaults, labeled A to F, each containing unimaginable treasures. The vaults contained gold idols encrusted with diamonds, gem-studded crowns and necklaces, sacks of ancient gold coins, priceless artifacts dating back to ancient civilizations. Among these vaults, VaultB was the most mysterious and sacred. Ancient legends claim that VaultB is protected by the Naga Bandhan, serpent curse, and celestial forces, ensuring that no mortal can open it without performing the correct Garuda mantra and rituals. It is believed that opening VaultB improperly could unleash apocalyptic disasters, including floods, destruction, and widespread chaos. VaultB is said to be guarded by serpent deities, Nagas, who would strike down anyone who disturbs its sanctity. When the sealed vaults were opened, what lay inside stunned the world. Vault A alone contained treasures worth 1 lakh crores rupees, $22 billion, including gold coins, crowns, and diamond-studded ornaments. Vaults C, D, E, and F also revealed immeasurable wealth, reinforcing the belief that the temple housed one of the richest repositories of ancient wealth. However, VaultB remained sealed, as fears of its divine curse and catastrophic consequences prevented further attempts to open it. Several attempts to open VaultB over the years ended in failure and were accompanied by mysterious occurrences. British officials who tried to open the vault reportedly faced serpent attacks and supernatural events. In 2011, despite the discovery of immense wealth, the authorities chose not to open VaultB due to the warnings from ancient texts and local beliefs. To this day, VaultB remains sealed, believed to contain greater wealth than the previously opened vaults. Celestial weapons and divine artifacts of Lord Vishnu. Ancient manuscripts containing forgotten knowledge and secrets. Local legends insist that disturbing VaultB without the correct rituals could disrupt cosmic balance and bring unimaginable consequences.